Here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Steph Castelein. I help new bloggers start and grow their blogs. I'm so excited to have you here for today's video, and we're gonna dive right on in. I wanted to talk about this question that I get from a lot of new bloggers, and that is, how do you come up with enough content for your blog and not sound like a broken record? And so I want to give you some ideas that will help you get comfortable with the idea of talking about your niche over and over and over again. Quite frankly, it's easy to feel like a broken record. Like I'm saying the similar and same things over and over. But the key to being a good blogger, a consistent blogger, and a niche blogger is to embrace that, become comfortable with that, and start changing your mindset to know that that's exactly what your audience needs and what they want. So this leads me to my first point, and that is that you're gonna attract your ideal audience. When you've established your niche and identified who your target reader is, who your target audience is, you're gonna start attracting them. So if I am a blogger and I write about horses, specifically horse racing, I am attracting people who are interested in horse racing. And it's okay that I'm not attracting anyone and everyone, because they might not be interested in horse racing. When I talk about horse racing, it's gonna go straight over their head. But when I do talk about horse racing, my horse racing fans are gonna totally want to read more content. They're gonna be there for it. They're gonna be like, oh, Steph came out with another blog post. And so you're attracting your ideal reader. And this can be applied to any niche. So if you have a running blog or a traveling with kids blog or whatever it may be, you know, you are attracting your audience. They want to be there. They want to get the info from you. And so they're excited when you share about that topic. They're not like thrown for a curveball when you talk about your niche over and over. Like, they totally expect that from you. Like for me, when I started talking about blogging and sharing more tips and tricks, like I became known as Steph the blogger. Like they were like, oh, here's Steph. Like I was introduced downtown once. They're like, oh, here's Steph, she blogs. Oh, here's Steph, she knows all about blogging. Like, you kind of become that for other people who are following you. So think of that as you're starting your blog and becoming comfortable with talking about the same thing over and over. Your audience is expecting that from you. And also look at the people that you're following. Like, what labels do you have for certain people? Who's your blogger people that you follow? Who's your running people that you follow? Who's your cooking people that you follow? You are going to be labeled, whatever your niche is, you're going to be labeled as that from your readers. So what's your label? Stick with it. They expect to hear that from you. The second idea is that people usually need to hear things multiple times before it really registers with them. So let's say that you talk about crock-pot freezer meals. You're all about saving time, food prep, all that good stuff. And people read a blog post of yours and you're like, oh, great idea. That sounds good. Maybe someday. They read a second blog post of yours and they're like, oh yeah, she mentioned this already. It's a really good idea. Maybe someday I'll do it. They read a third and a fourth. It might not be until your sixth blog post, X amount of months down the road, that people are like, oh, I should really check out crockpot freezer meals. Steph keeps talking about them all the time, and like, I think that they might be a really valuable thing because she talks so highly about them so often. And so you can't expect people to understand the weight of what you're writing, of the value that you're trying to give them in just one blog post. Like, you have to talk about the same things over and over and over again in a variety of different ways for it to register with them. Again, from my own journey, when I first started talking about blogging, I had a few people reach out right away. But it wasn't until 6, 7, 8 months later that people really started to reach out, that other people started to refer other people to me as a blogger. So I had readers who weren't necessarily taking action blogging, but they're kind of interested in the background. But they were telling their friends and family about me, giving them my resources. And as you continue to talk about the importance of it, you continue to add value, and you continue to create content that, relates to your niche, they're gonna realize how they can work it into their own lives. The third idea is of binge-worthy content. So as you're in it and creating it and putting your work out there, publishing your work, week after week, month after month, it's easy to feel like a broken record. Like you're saying similar, if not the same things over and over and over again, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, are people annoyed? Do people want to hear something else? Like, I don't even know what to come up with. But remember, you are attracting your ideal audience, your target audience, when you niche down. So the people who are finding you are wanting to know more about your niche. And here's where the binge-worthy content comes in, because once they find you, say you have a new person come to your blog, a new reader come to your blog who's interested in running, and you've created all this content for an entire year about running, top tips, top gear, 3 things not to do, 5 places to go, 6 other people to follow, all of those things. You've created enough binge-worthy content that they find you from one article, one blog post, and they want to read another one. And they want to read another one and another, because you have so much value that you've created on this specific topic, that they're specifically looking for. So even though it might feel like you're a broken record creating this content, this very similar content, what you're doing is actually creating binge-worthy content that will keep readers on your page longer, which is great for Google and SEO. It's also great for your reader to be like, oh my gosh, this person has so much value on this topic that I'm really interested in, that they want to come back for more. The fourth thing is that one idea can be written multiple ways. So you might write a blog post that says what you need to know about blogging. We'll put blogging in there as our niche. But you can also write a blog post that says 7 things to know about blogging, 3 things you didn't know about blogging, 5 must-know things about blogging, 4 blogging myths. I mean, you can work it any way that you want to, but each idea can be written into multiple different types of blog posts. And so again, while you're saying similar things, those different blog post titles might resonate and attract different people who are interested in your niche, but someone might click on the 8 things you need to know, someone else might click on the 3 things you didn't know. Just like different titles, different ways of writing blog posts attracts different people. And of course, this ties in with the binge-worthy content, which is what's so great about it, but you should be creating similar content. You should be saying the same things over and over and over again. You should establish yourself as an authority in your niche, and like when people think of you, they think of your niche and like specific things. Oh, that's Steph, she talks about blogging and adventures. And the 5th idea is when you feel like a broken record, just remember that someone somewhere needs to hear what you have to say at this time in their lives. You are not the first person to start a blog. You are not the first person to start a blog in your specific niche. Like, there is so much content and information out there. But as we all continue to change and grow and evolve into, the people that we continue to be, people need to hear different things at different times in their lives. So say you write a blog post that has been written before. It's on a topic that, is talked about a lot, but someone might be in the right place at the right time needing to hear it from you as opposed to someone else. And you never know when you can be that for someone. And so it's easy to think like, oh, that's been written before. Oh, why would they get anything from me? But you never know. You never know what light you are from someone. You never know what resource you are from someone. And again, where they are in their lives and just needing to hear it in a different way from a different person at a different time in their life. Yeah, that one's another good one because often I'll go to hit publish and I'm like, this has been said so many times. What did I say that's so different? And I don't always feel like awesome about the blog post, and then I go ahead and hit publish and someone will write back and be like, wow, I really needed to hear that. Thank you for posting that. And it's like, yeah, you just got to keep hitting that publish button, keep coming up with content, and keep serving and adding value to and for your audience. But that's it, guys. I just wanted to share some of those ideas and really changing our mindset, this approach to changing our mindset for creating similar content, for talking about the same things over and over, and really becoming comfortable and owning like who you are for your readers in that niche. Like, what do they label you as in a positive way, being labeled in a positive way, but like, what resource are you for other people? When we own that and we're comfortable with that, we're able to create more content, we're better able to serve our audience, and quite frankly, we grow faster because of it. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, and also let me know what videos you'd like to see. I'm coming up with content in the videos that I want to create this next month, and I would love to answer any questions or cover any topics that you guys have. Be sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell so that you're notified when I post a new video, and I'm slowly approaching 600 subscribers. I'm so excited, and this journey isn't like flawless. Growing on YouTube and becoming monetized on YouTube has definitely had its ups and downs, but I just so appreciate each and every one of you showing up every week, multiple times a week, for responding, for commenting and encouraging, and I hope I can do the same for you. I hope that I encourage you and support you and add value in some way in your own life. So have yourself a wonderful day wherever you may be. I will definitely see you soon in the next one, and we'll talk to you then. Okay, bye.